And over the last 15 years, I have developed and learned some skills that have personally allowed me to transcend. They have allowed me to reach much higher levels in terms of finances, information, economic results, personal and family matters, and with many, let's say, some bumps. Yes, some adverse situations, right? But in the end, they have always been full of learning. And what I want to teach you is from there, from how, from pain, from failure, you can generate wealth and abundance in your life. Who agrees with me that good people sometimes experience not so good things to divert you a little and move a little further ahead? It may be that for the moment, the path is a bit bumpy, full of difficult situations. The road is unpaved. However, you know that this detour will take you a little further ahead. Good people experience things that are not so good to divert you and learn much more and take you a little further and move forward a bit more. It may be that the route you had super clear, you had it perfectly aligned, and you said, this is the way I have to do it. It may be that at that moment you don't understand why this is happening to you, right? But what I can tell you is that for good-hearted people, well, these things happen because they want to take you a little further. They want you to learn from that situation. They want you to go a little faster. They want you to achieve things a little faster, and that is going to happen. That is going to happen when you start experiencing it with us. And why so sure? And why? Definitely so willing. And I am truly, very sure that it is with us. I'm going to tell you for a simple reason. For the simple reason that if you want these results, if you want to learn this, you definitely have to learn to make decisions, have effective communication, have emotional intelligence, learn to resolve problems, learn to solve problems, and have a clear vision and thinking. But there is something very important that you need to know. You are not going to learn this just because I tell you. It won't be like that. This will start to happen, and clearly you can find this on the internet. Ability to inspire, time management, adaptability, teamwork, ethics, and integrity. But I'm going to tell you something important that you need to know. Focus on the following that I am going to tell you next. Pay close attention. This will start to happen. It will start to happen. When you start to relate properly, many times we heard in the past, right? We heard our parents say, tell me who you walk with and I'll tell you who you are. It's very true. It's very true. If you start to associate with people who are in a situation of scarcity, who are in need, who are critical, guess what? What will happen to you? Guess what you will become? Let's make this very dynamic and very educational. Write to me there in the chat. What do you think will happen to you? Suddenly, you will start to act in the same way. And you start behaving in that same way. Why do I think network marketing is the best profession in the world and the simplest way to grow? I'm going to tell you. Why? Because it has the advantage. The first advantage you have is that you will connect with people who will constantly tell you to read this book. Connect to this training, learn from this person, look at that person's results, see how they are doing it, and that will start to stick. Meaning you will start to catch that. Because definitely for you to start being able to or learn to persuade in the right way, people need to see coherence in you. And they should see in you a person, a guide that makes them say, I want to be like that person. And you won't achieve that just by showing off your Rolex, yes, or wearing jewelry or flaunting your convertible. People might come to you for that, for your results, for your travels. That's fine. I'm not criticizing that. Their system is fine, perfect. But they will stay with you when you show them the way, and showing them the way is at least starting to receive this information. Do you realize? So the first advantage you have when developing network marketing systems is that you will have people around you whom you can start to emulate and copy, who have already walked the path for you. And besides that, look at how interesting it is. They want to teach you. You can see people out there who are millionaires, multimillionaires, interesting people with very good results. But I ask you, are they willing to teach you? Are they willing to show you the way? Why not? Are they not interested? Because they already have the advantage? Because that's not the business. Oh, I am an excellent doctor. I am a multimillionaire. I am the best doctor in the world. Perfect. I offer you my services, but I am not going to teach you my business. I am the best oil man in the world. I have the best industry, the best company. Perfect. I offer you my service and I provide you with the oil if you want, but I am not going to teach you how I do it because that's not my business. Do you know what the business is here? The business is not NV Global. The business is not cryptocurrencies. The business is not trading, blockchain, none of that. The real business behind it is the community. Because by creating a community, you can bring effectiveness, efficiency, and usability to those things. As long as you don't create a solid, clear community that shares that vision, absolutely nothing will happen. That's why this space is so important. That's why it's so important for you to understand. And if you see that the vision is real and you go with it, and you understand that this is the way, that's perfect, you have an exit, you have a possibility. Are you following what I'm saying? Confirm for me in the chat if you're following and if what I'm saying makes sense. Please, in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who is participating. Thank you very much, truly. How great to know that there are consistent people who want to make things happen in their lives. Okay? Great. Of course. There is the link. I think there's a confusion with the link. Here they tell me it's not open. No, it's another link. I think they shared previous information. That's it. Perfect. Great. Well, thank you. Thank you very much to everyone who is joining. Perfect. Now, the topic of vision is very important. I want to focus on this part. From a great mentor about 15 years ago, I heard the following phrase. And he told me, success is the realization, the progressive realization. Is the progressive realization of your dreams? Success is not a destination, it's a journey. Success is the progressive realization of your dreams. When you are inspired and know where you are going, inspired by that vision, and you know, understand and realize that those people in one way or another have it clear, undoubtedly you will follow that path. If you see strength, if you see solidity. But before you find that solidity in a company, in a person, you need to be clear about what you truly desire. For that, have a strategic mindset, and you will define the strategy in this single phrase. Aim for the impossible, and the possible will become reality. If you use that strategy, what you long for and what you desire, it will be very simple to achieve. I will tell you in terms of money. Then I'll translate it to objects and you'll see how it is. Once I dreamed of having a convertible car. A convertible car. That was my dream. I wanted it for a long time. And I saw it constantly. But it happens that when that is the goal, most likely you won't achieve it. Because the goal of the dream is just that. It's the dream. It's possibly, maybe I'll achieve it. But you have no certainty that it will happen because you see it as impossible. So you have to aim a little higher. And in terms of an object, it would be, I don't know, a Lamborghini. Okay? A Lamborghini that is around $1 million. So the convertible that cost $150,000 is very easy, because you told your mind the goal is the Lamborghini. The goal is not the convertible. So what's going to happen? That when you reach the convertible, it was very easy for you to achieve it. It was very simple. Well, you still have 8 parts of the goal left. In other words, you just grabbed 1/8 of the complete goal, of the real goal, of the goal you want, of what you desire. If you act that way, the result will be very simple. I, for example, at this moment in NV Global, have the goal of reaching 1,000 people, right? But do you know what I told myself? That's not the goal. The goal is to reach 10,000 people. 10,000 people who join the business with at least $50. That is the goal. And so what happens? That at this moment, we already have 225 people in just 15 days. So very likely, we are going to close in 2 months. At most, it will take us to reach 1,000 people. I am completely sure of that. And most likely, by December, we will have the 10,000. Because the real goal is the 10,000 people connected to this vision. Now, look a little further. And for that, you have to start evolving in the skills that a leader must develop to be able to persuade correctly with a clear vision of where you are going. The way I do it is very simple. I am going to explain it to you. Do you want to learn it? How am I going to earn the next $10,000? $10,000. Yes, and quickly, yes. Right now, we have already earned $200, $600 in just 15 days. Do you want to know how to earn those $10,000? Trust me in the chat. Do you want to know how to earn them? Do you want to learn it? Perfect. Great. Look, Jorge, listen very carefully to what I'm going to tell you. How are you going to earn it? You are going to earn it with consistency. You are going to earn it with discipline. But that is the 4th step. Listen very carefully. Here I am going to write it down for you. These are 4 steps. But I am going to write down the 4th one first. The 4th one is effort. The 4th one is effort. What do you mean, Juan? And then I thought that was what needed to be put. Discipline de consistency. Focus. That is the 4th. What do you mean by the 4th? That is the 4th. There are 3 steps before that you have to achieve. 3 things you have to achieve first. I'm going to start with the 3rd so you understand. Ready? The 3rd thing you have to achieve after putting in effort, discipline, consistency is belief in the vision of the company. In this case of NV Global, the belief. And that is not achieved. Listen to me very well. If you don't achieve the 2nd, put it here because it got erased again. Listen to this very well. 4 is effort. Consistency. Everything you already know, discipline. The 3rd is belief in the vision. The 2nd thing is, listen very well. Listen to this very well. Belief in oneself and the dream. So the question here is there a dream? Is there a goal? Is there a desire? Of course. Because that is what is needed. Not for you to succeed in this business, but for you to succeed in life. So that you start to conquer some of the goals you have set for yourself. You must have a dream that is non-negotiable. You have that dream that makes you get up every day. You have that goal that makes you move every day and says, despite being tired, despite being exhausted, you have the time to build a training. You have the time to call. You have the desire to call, to build another conference and another one and explain the business. You have the desire to affiliate. You have the desire to build one country and another country. You have the desire to learn. You have the desire to train yourself. Because if there is no such dream, not with this company nor with anything, are you going to achieve it? It has to be a dream that is non-negotiable, non-negotiable. It has to be something that you desire with all your heart, that is, that moves you, that makes you say, I want this and I desire it and I am going to achieve it, just like the desire to breathe. Stay 2 minutes without breathing to see what happens. You start to move, to kick. That is the desire. That is what really lasts 2 minutes, 1 minute, without breathing. And with that desperation, that dream has to rise. That is the first task you have to do today. If you are listening to me, it is not a coincidence. You have to find it. You have to wake up every day with the intention of finding it. I have it clear. I know what I want for myself. Not for the family, not for the children, not for the world, for me. I want something. I desire something. And I have it supremely clear. When that desire is there, you start to believe in yourself. Because now, after having the clarity of the dream, and that has to do with the vision, everything I'm talking to you about is the vision. The DNA of the leader, the first goal, the first thing you have to achieve is to believe that you can truly achieve it. I know you believe, maybe, but at what percentage? No, I believe you can achieve it. 20%. 20%. Do you realize? No. You have to achieve, you have to believe in yourself that you can achieve that dream in the same way that you believe that there is life and there is death. Is there any doubt about that? Do you have any doubt about that? You know that at this moment we are living, right? There is life and at some point you are going to die. That is clear. This body, the body you have today, will stop functioning at some point. At some point that will happen. Is there any doubt about that? That tomorrow you will transcend and your soul will rise. And that is another thing. But this body will stop functioning at some point. Hopefully in about 200 years. Are you following me? With that clarity. Now, I have to be very, very clear about this. Listen to me very well. This is not going to happen just because I tell you. I am giving you some information that works for me, that has worked for me. But this is not going to happen just because I tell you. This is going to happen when you start working on it every day. It's like a muscle. Every day. The difference between people who believe in themselves more than others lies in the desire they have. If there is desire, there is self-belief. It strengthens it. And that desire has to be born from something beyond just making money. Because money is cold, money is empty. Money becomes secondary. It's more about what you are going to do with that money, what you want to achieve with it. So, when you already have those two, this is the introduction, but half an hour with the introduction. When you have those 2 points clear, then now you align yourself with the vision of the company. Now, you know that the owner of the company, and I align myself with that. When I spoke with Mr. Alejan, the owner of NV Global, I saw that. he really wanted to achieve great things, and that he needed my help and I needed his help. So I bought into that vision. And I said, there is greatness in this man. He has achieved many more things than I have. 20, 50 times more. Much more. He has the connections I want. I'm going to leverage that. Period. I'm going to leverage it. I'm going to leverage his way of seeing things. I'm going to learn from him. I'm going to leverage the company he already created and start running it. Period. That's all. That's what you need to see. So I believe in the vision, not only of what is currently working, because there are many things working right now, and that's great, spectacular. But I believe in what this opportunity will transform into and what it will become. So when the dream is clear, when you believe in yourself, you align with the person's vision and go. And you make a decision. I decide to believe. That's it. I decide to believe and go. And now at the fourth point. Discipline, consistency, learning, training, doing the work. Removing all mental limitations, but will it really? Will the same thing not happen to me again? Will I waste my time and all that? And never, listen very well to what I'm telling you. I was talking to a friend and he said to me, 14 years lost, Juan, he's separating from his wife. They have not been lost in any way. Maybe you haven't known how to apply all the learning you've had during all this time, but they have not been lost. And today, my wife asked me something, and I bring it up here because it's so interesting. Most people truly and deeply see their problems as the absolute and significant end in their lives, the Holocaust. And they fill themselves with stress. They fill themselves with fury, constant fighting. They shut themselves in. And it's for the simple reason that never, maybe never, and hopefully it never will be, their life has been on the verge of being lost. And that's something I learned as a soldier. As a soldier, you learn to adapt quickly and to prioritize above anything else and to preserve life. So the other problems become secondary. Because what's the point of stressing and worrying about something that has already happened that I can no longer change? I am the commander of a platoon of 30 people. 20 of them have just been killed. I am afraid. I am scared. I am in the middle of the war. And I still have 10 left, but I'm stuck and there's no way to get out. And I am completely paralyzed because 20 men under my command have just died. And I have 10 more that I don't know how to get out of this mess. And now what am I going to tell them? Or what's going to happen? Will they also die on me? And now what am I going to tell the families of these 20? So, since he is not in the present, he is thinking about the past and thinking about the future, then death is going to come. Because he is not focused on what he needs to do at this moment. And at this moment, what needs to be done is to study the blessed plan, train, practice, understand the entire business logic, and start selling. No, what if tomorrow this happens? What if tomorrow that happens? Everything is uncertain. What I can tell you is that if you don't learn in the process, and you don't learn and you don't know how to take advantage of the opportunity that life is giving you at this moment, then it will happen to you. What happened to this commander? He froze and in the end, he died. Because he was never in the present. So when you start, you learn that. And another interesting question my wife asked me again, and I said, I'm going to What about the military? If they see it that way and if they are taught that, why are they bad soldiers? Well, because not everyone receives the information in the same way, or not everyone gives it the same meaning. The information is the same for everyone, but there are some who do not apply that to their lives, and their lives are a mess. But we are taught with the most valuable thing that exists in the world, which is life. The valuable thing is not the Rolex, it's not the car. The valuable thing is not the trip. It's not your partner. The valuable thing is your life. Because without it, everything else becomes secondary. It ceases to exist. So when you have that information and truly work on it every day, that's why I say, I give thanks. I retired from my job hating it. But thanks to that job, a large part of my training and a large part of who I am today and what I apply is thanks to the training I had in the Air Force, for which I am grateful. I understand it more and more, and I thank life and God, my parents, and my decisions for having put me in that position. Because today I am applying it. So everything that has happened around and everything that has happened in the past has only been a blessing. And I start and return again to what I told you at the beginning. Good things happen to good people to divert you from the path and put you a little further ahead. Even if the road is a bit bumpy, it is open. The road is a bit uncovered, it's muddy. If you get through that, you will come out ahead and grow much more. What do you think about what I just told you? Write to me in the chat if what I'm saying makes sense to you. If what I'm saying really makes sense to you. Great, great. Let's learn. Sebas, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it strong. Okay? Great, great, Diego. Super good. Steve Jobs and his vision of putting a computer in every home. You see? I prefer, look this, take a good look at this. There are people who are very technical and who are engineers and who are extremely valuable professionals. I truly admire and recognize them, and that's great. But it weighs more in this world. The dreamer. That person with hunger weighs more. With stubbornness. That person who says, even though I've been told a few things that I won't make it, even though I've been told it's not possible, even though they mock and judge me today for what I've done, I focus on the dreamer. That dreamer who envisioned in their mind that the computer is not for the industry, the computer is for the home. There should be a computer in every home. If we achieve that, but that's not possible. Today, you understand it and see it as normal. Well, it is normal. Everyone must have a computer, of course, to connect with the world. But you understand that because now those who created it, those who made it, assimilated it. And they understood it and made it coherent. But when Steve Jobs presented that idea, they told him he was crazy. He's completely crazy. That's not how it is. The computer is for the industry. Not everyone understands it. It's very complicated. It's for an engineer. Well, we have to make it simple. We have to make it so that a person, a 5-year-old child, can operate a computer. If we achieve that, we change the world. That dreamer who thought of that, what did he do? What did he achieve? That's the same thing I'm telling you right now with this company. I saw something that people still don't understand. I understood something that not everyone is going to understand. By the time they understand it, it's not that it will be too late, but the opportunity won't be the same. That's why we have to take the leap now. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? That I make a mistake. That's the worst. And I've already made mistakes. But let it not be. Listen very carefully. Let it not be because I didn't put the dream into it, because I didn't put the belief that I could achieve it, because I didn't believe in the vision, and because I didn't put in the consistency, the discipline, the certainty, the strength, and the intention. And I threw everything away, burned all the ships, and focused on this thing until it works, until it succeeds. That's how you have to do it. Otherwise, you'll be there peddling for a year, 2 years, and stuck. And big results attract more results. That's what you need to understand. Strategic thinking is based on that. Where do you want to go? What do you want to become? And the goal, you have to set it by Sunday at 9 p.m. We will be sharing the compensation plan. You can't miss this training because it's the vision of where you really want to go. But you need to know how to get there. The strategy. How do you get there? I mean, how do you do it? So there's a path that I will explain. And if you follow it to the letter, we are going to analyze, we are going to plan, we are going to execute the plan, we will adjust it, and we will run with it. So key points and super important, so you don't forget this training. Blessed is the person who sees with their mind what their eyes cannot yet see. Because by the time those men see it, by the time those men or women see it, you will have already placed it in your mind, and there you will have the advantage. And the consequence of that is that you become a millionaire. And you won't even be looking for it. It will become secondary. You need it. That's it. It's the consequence of that. Here, the most important thing is not even, and I'm going to quote again the mentor of mentors. The mentor of mentors. If you missed the last training, at the end, I talked about the mentor of mentors. And I quoted a little part before Jesus left. And I'm going to quote it again this time because for me, it is all the teachings you see about personal development, about growth. Everything you see in the books is governed by the principles taught. In the first book, in the most duplicated book in the world, yes, the most famous book in the world, which is the Bible. In other words, everything you see about personal development, about growth, about limiting beliefs, about belief, about faith, and all of that comes from that first book. So I have studied it, and today I want to bring up one of the greatest teachings I learned. Based on another book, but I later understood that it came from that book, that is the Bible. And it says something like this. Jesus was there. Let's add a little Latin swing, okay? So you know how it sounds, right? Then Jesus was there. He was in the middle of the summons he was giving, right? He gave them in the temple, right at the exit. Yes. And then he was with his apostles. He finishes the sermon, he finishes it, and tells them, go and talk to more people about this. And then Simon arrives and starts, right? But he is a bit young, and he still doesn't understand much about the topic. They are two brothers. One of them, he is the youngest. And he starts to speak, but it's like he's not very confident about the topic, right? That we must love each other. About their topic, let's say, about their business. The Word of God. And suddenly, then, imagine when someone starts talking about NV Global. When someone starts talking about NV Global, imagine that, right? So, yes, it could be a business, but, well, I don't know. Let's try it and everything. That's how Simon was. That's how Simon was. That's how he was. Yes, well, he says he's the hiccup of God. And, well, yes, I've seen him perform a couple of miracles. But, well, I don't know. I don't know how long it will last. Just imagine. Imagine that. And then he returns. He returns to where Jesus is, right? He says to him, hey, no, I see a lot of skepticism. I mean, no, like they don't believe me. Honestly, I'm talking about you being the Son of God and that I've seen the miracles, but they don't believe me. I mean, like it bothers them. Yeah. Yes. And then Jesus comes and says there, he says to him, and are you doing it from the heart? I mean, do you really believe? He says, yes, no, I do believe. I do believe. Like the miracle where you healed a leper and everything we've done, that you multiplied the fish, that you turned water into wine, everything. Exactly the same. I've said everything exactly the same. He says, but if you say it from the heart, why do you say it? That's what I ask him. Why do you say it? He says, no, because I want to be saved. Okay. You want to be saved. Okay. But your faith is clear. I mean, you really believe in that. No, well, I want to help you. Ah, I want to help you. Ah, okay. Imagine the topic, right? Then Jesus says to him, look, the important thing is not that you believe in the story. It's not that you believe in the story of what we have done. That's not what's important. What matters is what you believe. What you truly believe. Because in the end, we are not looking for them to believe us. What we are looking for is that your belief doesn't change. Here, the important thing is not that they believe you. The important thing is that you really don't believe them. Wait. How? Repeat it to me again, Jesus. Yes. Because out there, you will encounter people who will tell you, you're good for nothing. You won't make it. Another scam, another pyramid, the same old story. Isuse. In the end, what matters is not whether that person believes you, because out there is someone waiting to hear the story and the miracle, because they want to be saved, because they want to improve their life, because they have that need. But Simon, if you go to talk to the same people, you've already spoken to that person, okay? And how are they? They are not convinced. They say everything is a lie, that you are not the Son of God. How do I show both stories? No. If you're going to talk to the same people, look for the one who truly wants it. Look for the one who wants to listen, who desires, who is tired, who wants to change their lifestyle, who wants to try. Look for that person who truly wants things to happen. And in the end, you will talk to many and they won't believe. That's not what's important. The important thing is that you don't believe them. They will be talking about you behind your back. They will be mocking you. Because at some point, you told them you were going to become a millionaire. That you are going to be financially free and buy yourself a bunch of stuff. And they don't see any of it. That's not what's important. What's important is that you don't believe them, because they will start mocking you. I have relatives who still don't believe in me. And I help them thanks to what I do. And I still tell them, let's do it. Let's give it our all. Oh no, Juan, not for me. And a cousin I told, my aunt finally said to me, Juan, don't insist with him anymore. But why? She tells me, he has told me that he doesn't believe in you. And I do believe in you. That's why I'm with you. But I don't want to do it, but I believe in you. Imagine, and me trying, thankfully my aunt told me, imagine me and me wanting to save him. And then it comes back again, doesn't it? Jesus comes back again with Simon. I tell him not to try to. I mean, you share with everyone. But in the end, the most important thing is that you have a clear dream. The belief in yourself that you are truly going to achieve it. Start believing in the vision and then make the decision that this is it. This is what will come out. This is what will work. This is what will serve. Period. And start placing discipline, consistency, belief, taking it step by step. This is very simple. It's a very simple business, honestly. Honestly, I've done complicated businesses. Honestly, I've sold products door to door. I don't know if any of you, I've sold products door to door. I've sold lotions door to door. No, I even became a doctor to try to sell a vitamin, a crazy thing. And the only conclusion I can draw from that, or salvage from that, is that all the processes I've gone through have brought me to this point. And this is just one more. But from this process, I am going to take the most incredible advantage possible that I could have. Because everything I've gone through in the past, all the experiences, all the years of results and experience I have, I am going to apply here. I'm going to do the work and I'm going to grow much faster. I assure you that this is going to happen. It's already happening. So my message is, don't wait for someone else's results to come. Apply this first principle of the DNA of NV Global leaders, a clear vision. If the vision is clear, you can achieve it because you have the dream. Your belief in yourself increases more and more. Your belief in the company grows. And of course, everything around you conspires in your favor. Because you are doing the work consistently, permanently, resiliently, giving it your all every day to make it happen. How's the information? From 1 to 10, from 1 to 10, from 1 to 10. Write it down there. From 1 to 10. Write it down there, please. There. Write it down there, please. From 1 to 10. That's it, 1 to 10. Great. Excellent. 10, 10, 10. Now to you, really, thank you so much. Excellent. 20 out of 10. Excellent. Very well, gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening to me. This conference will be translated into more than 4 languages, and we will share it with all the teams from Germany, Russia, English-speaking countries, and of course, in Spanish. It will be on the YouTube channel in a category called NV Global School. It will be there. Or DNA of Leaders. It will be there. There are 10 chapters. Today we just conquered the first one. Next Saturday, invite your entire team, all the people, okay? Because we are going to learn about the second skill every leader must have, decision-making. And I look forward to seeing you at the training at 9 o'clock at night, Colombia time, on Sunday, so you can connect and learn with us. A very special greeting. Thank you very much to all the people who connected. Have an excellent day, excellent night, excellent afternoon. And don't forget that we will be here and that we will continue to build more results each time. My name is Juan Manuel Jimenez, Marketing Director for Latin America at NV Global. Let's move forward. Let's keep growing. A very special greeting. Take care. See you soon. See you. Take care. Bye.